Hello, my name's Deanna and I am directing The Elephant Man.
Hi, my name is Matthew Barrett and I play John Merrick, the Elephant Man.
And I'm Simon. I play the part of Frederick Treves, local surgeon.
I chose The Elephant Man because about 30 years ago I watched the play performed by an amateur company and it was fantastic. I knew a lot of the people that were in it because I did amateur theatre at the same place, and I watched it and I came back really sort of full of it, and I wished I'd been in it. And there's a few plays you watch and you think, oh, I wish I'd been in that show. So it's always stayed with me. And then I only started directing this year. I did something earlier and I enjoyed it immensely, and I thought, oh, I'd like to do something else. So I ordered a few plays to read that I had liked, that I watched, and this was one of them. This was the one that I wanted to do.
And how did you discover Matt? Have you worked with Matt before?
I've worked with Matt before. In my directorial debut, Matt was my leading man and was great. He's great. I've been in a few plays with him or worked in a few plays with him, and I know he's a safe pair of hands. So
it's always been a pleasure.
And what's it like to play the character? Obviously, it's a classic piece, isn't it? So, is it from an acting point of view? What does it feel like getting into that role?
I've said to many people now that out of all the parts that I've played, this is by far the most transcendent kind of part that I've had. It's just there's just something about it. It just completely takes you away from normality. You know, it's I come in the hall as Matt Barrett, and then when I get up there, it's just I don't even know who I am anymore. It's just the Elephant Man. It's amazing.
It's a big transition to have to make, and how do you sort of prepare for that role? And obviously there's a lot of dialogue, but how do you prepare for the physicality of it?
It's really just letting everything else go. Really, it's to be perfectly honest, you don't really get into it until the third scene, the transformation scene, and that it just completely takes over, and you just completely absorb the role there.
And Simon, tell us about your character and why you're obviously enjoying playing it.
Goodness me. Well, Frederick Treves is somebody that not a lot of people know about, but I think in his day he was an extremely famous man. Some of the blurb that I've researched for writing the programme, according to that, he was one of the most famous men on the planet in the 1880s. I guess communication wasn't what it is now then, but nevertheless, he was a very famous man in his time, and he was born locally in Dorchester, went to school in Dorchester, moved to London, and was surgeon to the king. And he actually removed the king's appendix, I think 2 or 3 days before the king's coronation. So he was a very important man at the time, yeah. Surgeon to the king. And the other thing that he's famous for, apart from that, of course, is discovering, if you like, taking the Elephant Man in, looking after him.
And so tell me, for people of all ages that are thinking about coming to the Castle Players for the first time, what's different about this play and why should people come along to enjoy it?
It's highly emotional, it's moving, it's a compassionate story of a vulnerable man who, I suppose, was looked after and lifted from what you might call the gutter, lifted from a freak show and put in front of royalty and exposed to the higher echelons of society. And it's the story of his life, really, and the last 5 years of his life.
Fantastic stuff. Well, it looks brilliant from the rehearsals, and I'll certainly be there. So if anybody else wants to buy a ticket and come along, how can they do that?
So, The Elephant Man by Castle Players runs at Litchfield Matravers Village Hall from October the 9th, Wednesday, October the 9th, to Saturday, October the 12th. Tickets are £10, and you can buy them online at castleplayers.com or over the phone on 01202 912 351, or you can buy them in person at the Rose and Crown in Litchfield Matravers.